Hello, everyone. Author D.L. Tillery here, the Mr. Horror, and welcome back to the Goddess of Writing 90K Writing Challenge live streams. As you know, I've been gone for about a month now because I had some health scares and I was hospitalized twice within 3 weeks of those 4 weeks that I've been gone. If you've missed all that news, then you can check out my video here on my channel that I talk about how I almost died. So if you want to know more about that, you can check out that video. It is on my channel here. So besides all that, I'm back. And it looks like StreamYard had some changes just from the 4 weeks that I've been not streaming. And they've taken stuff away. That's what they've done. I use StreamYard for my live streams, and they usually have a free plan that you can use. You just have a limited amount of hours that you can stream, and they like had some little anonymities that you can use. You can have a lot more things like backgrounds and things that you could use if you have the paid version. And they took away some of the most simplest basic things and put it behind the paywall even more. So you have even less anonymities, if that was possible, for the free plan. But it is what it is, you know. Like, I'm not going to pay for the paid version unless I would be making some kind of funds or getting more, like, heavier viewership from paying for another service like that. So I will just take it as it is. So I did still manage to be able to play the openings that I use and the closings that I use for when I do my live streams, but I had to directly connect it through my computer because they do have it where you could loop the video directly in here, but all the stuff that I have uploaded I can't use anymore. So they've put other things behind paywall now. So I guess I could have seen that coming because they're trying to push more people to try to pay, but their prices aren't friendly in some cases. Like monthly it's $45, and then for yearly you're paying, like, they give you a deal sometimes. Regularly it's $35 a month for the year. You pay for the year, and then they have a deal like right now, $21.95 a month, but you have to pay for the whole year. So I'm like, unless you're pulling in some kind of funds through your streams, I don't really see the point to spend money on that. Sorry. But yeah. Anyway, that's my spiel about StreamYard. And let me know what you're working on if you're going to be running in the chat with me tonight. I will be back to writing in Caliostro. Of course, I'm now 4 weeks behind for the 90K. Yeah, so I'm just going to do what I can because I couldn't help the almost dying part and me not writing because hospitalization. But yeah. Let's see. Someone's in the chat. Hi, Morgan. Nice to see you. Yeah, StreamYard, they're doing too much. They don't. They really are. Taking away some simple little things. Like, there's really no need for all that. The other add-on stuff for the paid was already a good enough incentive to get people to do it. But if they think the people who are on free are just going to switch to the high price of their paid because they took those little things away when they can run it straight through their computer, that's not going to give anyone the incentive. People are just going to think they're being a little overly greedy, to say the least. But yeah, it's like, they hoping to get all the users switched over to paid, but they need to come with a better, lower budget version if they want to just get more people who were on the free plan. Because $45 a month isn't it, and neither is, like, yeah, no, like, you're talking about for a year. You're talking about over $200 for a year at the discount that they put on it sometimes. So I don't know, if you're not making money, no one's doing that. Just so they understand the concept of, like, why the people would do it or not do it. So I think it's like on sale for like $21.95, and that's times 12. So you talk about like $270 almost for a year of using StreamYard with the upgrade, and that's the core, not the one that's the third one. And that's a deal. Generally, it's not $21.95; it's $35. So you're talking about $420. Like, you're not gonna get the free people to switch over for that because you took away, like, oh, they can't play the little loop videos. Like, be all way for real. Like, if y'all want to get the mainstream people who stream, who may not be making a lot of money but still want to have some of the anonymities, they need to come up with a cheaper price, budget friendly version. Maybe not don't give people everything that the people in the core and other one get, but they still need to come with something if they expect people to be coming to pay. That's too high. Like, people, please, people, please. I'm going to try to work on my third book in the trilogy. Cool. I mean, to jump from $25 a month to $45 was a huge jump. It really was. And then they try to come in with like, oh, the monthly is only $45. There is no other options. And then if you go for the year, you got to pay all that at one time. Some people don't have that. I mean, even with their little sale, because it's not always permanent, that's still $270. A lot of people just don't have that to throw at something that they are not making money on. When you're a business person, you have to think about the concept. So, okay, is this going to help my business? Is this going to help me make money? Because if I'm just paying in for something that I'm not utilizing and bringing money in or help me build my brand, then there's no need. Yes, live streams can help you build your brand, but you just do that with the free. So they're not giving any reason for anyone to do that. They probably should go back to the drawing board and think a little better. Yeah, it was. And then they also used to have a $10 plan when you tried to cancel their $25 one. Yeah, I'm not paying $45. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, that's not happening. StreamYard, goodbye. I'll just use the free. They could do all that stuff they want to, and like, I'm gonna take this away and that away. That'll get people to do it. Like, I'm gonna need you to stop acting or stop for a minute thinking like a rich person. I'm just saying, we know people starts these type of things and people use it a lot, so then they become really locked into their rich mindset. And rich mindset, only thing that gets you is more greed thought. So you try to find ways to cash grab people really quickly instead of thinking about the long term and thinking about the masses that you could gather if you had a reasonable price available as well. But you can't tell them nothing. What can you do? Corporate thought process. Anyway, I'm going to try to work on Caliostro. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 45-minute sprints. That's what we do for the 90K. I'm going to see here which of the timers I use. I did make, like last time, I did make a bunch for this the Sacred Path. Let me see what I have. And I will be pulling those up for us. Yeah, we can use, let me see my timers videos. Yeah, we can let's go with the nice wooded one. That's a nice one. All right. Let's share screen. Alrighty. See you at 45 minutes. Happy writing. See what work we could get done. And that's time. Let me know how you did in the chat with your writing. I did about 780 words. I'm doing some touch ups on the last chapter that I left because I left it abruptly. Um, so I'm doing a little bit of touch ups before I move on to the next chapter. But the good news is I am at the end of Caliostro book 2, finishing it up. So I only have about probably 5 more chapters to write for the first draft for book 2. So I think that's pretty good. Because I mean, I had written most of it previously, but I have to finish it up and then write the meat and the potatoes and the vegetables, as I say. So the meat is written, but got to go back and add the potatoes and veggies in there. All right, let's see here. I expect it to be quiet tonight because it is Sunday night and my streams weren't, being active for the last 4 weeks. So the other goddesses are busy. Aphrodite had actually just recently got out of the hospital. Well, I guess her and I are making a good team on that one. But she's doing better. She just had she has a lot of stuff poses on there. But she's home and recovery. She's good. She got it. That girl got it. But so I expect her to be here tonight. The other goddesses are quite busy as well. So it's just me, little old me tonight. But we still have another 45-minute sprint in here to do. I don't know. I got a lot going on myself. Still trying to write in between because I do still want to release Caliostro no later than like I did last year around my birthday. November would be more ideal, or October, but now that I'm going to be doing lots of stuff in between there in the fall, I may definitely be looking at a December release for it. I know someone had talked to me about maybe I should do a Kickstarter for a book 2 as well, because I did do it for book 1. But I'm not sure if I'll have the time to push a Kickstarter like I did last time, because it does take a lot of work for your Kickstarters to be, where they need to be. So I could try that, but I'm not sure because I'm also trying to keep my stress levels down, because that's also why almost didn't make it with the last hospital stay. So I got to watch my stress level, so I don't want to put too much more stuff on me. And I have plenty of that already. But we'll see. December release is what I'm looking at right now. Hey, books, girls, and birds. How you doing? Yeah, that's what I'm floating at since the last release was December 5th. So I really don't want to go past that, because I think it's not fair to the readers if you delay your books. Like if they don't come out once a year, if you have a series, like as a reader, I mean, even I get like impatient if like the books take forever to come out. Not trying to pour George R. Martin on anybody. So, which that would be crazy, because I don't think he's ever going to finish it with the last 2 books, sadly, and let them make a show out of it and then didn't finish it. So, but yeah. Yep, I know, right? Yeah, everything as long as possible. I know. So, I mean, the book 2 is almost done, because I had almost had it all written. I was just saying that I have probably about 5 more chapters for the first draft for the book to be finished, which I'm currently working on right now. And then I'll be done that. And then when I do the second draft, my second drafts go pretty fast. So we're currently in July. I have a big thing coming up, big move. So I'll be a little distracted, but I still will find time to write in between. But it's going to be a little rocky, you know what I mean? Trying to get the book done. And that's why I wasn't sure if I would do a Kickstarter for book 2. I did do it for book 1 to do like special editions and stuff like that. Which it did succeed. I did double what I asked for. Got stuff out to people. Went really well. But it is a lot of work to put a Kickstarter together. So someone said maybe you should do a Kickstarter again. I'm like, that's a good idea, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But I'm still going to do my best to release the book by my birthday again. So maybe it'd be a birthday thing every year until I get the 3 out. That would be something, right? Yeah. Oh no, you could take 3 years and now you pull in the door. Yeah, I know, right? He's never going to finish the last 2 books. I'm really upset about that. He says, "Hello, Morgan Inlet. Hello, hello." Tarabu said, as many Kickstarters have gone poorly and unfilled over the last couple of years, I admire you recognizing how much goes into successful. Because yes, a lot goes into them. I did pat myself on the back because I did put it together, succeeded, and got everybody their stuff right in a timely manner of around the time that I said. Mine was smaller, obviously, but a lot of these Kickstarters, I don't know. The people just you gotta really be careful what you do, what you're going to put in your packages. You have to try not overextend yourself. Now, I did my Kickstarter. I didn't make any money from it. Wasn't really the point. The point was to crowdfund the release of the book, but I would have liked to have gotten a little more because I was mostly also trying to help the marketing so more people could know about it. But I still am happy with the outcome, as I only asked for like 500 or something, and I got 1,200, and everybody got the stuff that they had pledged and they wanted. So it did help the launch, which I was happy with. And it did get it boosted into quite a few people's hands that otherwise might not have had it at the start. So I was excited and happy that it succeeded and people cared enough, especially since, even with my little following, I managed to have a successful Kickstarter. But, a lot of people don't make it, and there are really great books out there that have been on Kickstarter that didn't make it. And they even recommend for you not to do your first book as a Kickstarter. But that was my first full novel. It wasn't my first book per se because I've released small books, but they always say try to do a special edition or try to do, if you've had books are released before or try to do this or that. But I mean, I did that and I still succeeded. I think sometimes about the way you present it and also how many people you tell. So, because I funded mine and I only had about 25 people back it. And out of the 25 people backed it and I went over my goal. So, but it's something to be said about it. It's definitely a lot of work involved, a lot that people don't understand. And now, like I said, I had a small one. I can't imagine people that have thousands and thousands of books to fulfill, which is maybe one day I'd have a crazy Kickstarter like that, but it's a lot. So it's definitely no joke. Yeah, the hustle is wild. No lies detected on that. But yeah. All right, y'all. If you're riding with me, cool. If you're new here, subscribe and press the like button for me so people can find this. And as you don't know, I did release a book review today. I did a book review on S.D. Houston's Romanticy title, A Curse of Scales and Feathers. I was got the name wrong. A Curse of Scales and Feathers, which is a great series. I did back the Kickstarter for that one. I finally got around to reading it, and she had a second Kickstarter for A Curse of Gems. I'm trying to remember the last name of that because I backed that one too. Also a great book. Because I have the physical book, but I also have the digital book as well. Let me see here. See, I just want to make sure I get the name of the one. The second one is Curse of Wings and Gems, which is Dragon and Mermaids, because you can't say no to that because that's an amazing team right there. But it's very good. The first book, I did a book review. Check it out if you want to check out a quick book review. But it's definitely worth the read. You can get it on Amazon. S.D. Houston is a great writer. I couldn't put it down. And I can't wait to read the new book. I have the physical, again, like I said, and the digital version of that. But yeah, I don't think it's not out on Amazon yet, I believe. because it was done through a Kickstarter, so it was exclusive for a little bit. But the first book is just crazy, and then you get it's like a series connection, but it's the next couple that was mentioned in the book or whatever. So I love those types of series. So I'm really excited to read that one. That'd probably be one of my near future book reviews. And I tend to talk about my author journey here on my channel. So if you want to check out any of my stuff, I do a few different things. I'm called the Mistress of Horror because I'm married to all of the genres, but I also be the Mistress of Horror. So my stuff has a dark undertone to it at the minimum, and sometimes deep into the horror. Anyway, that's what I do over here if you're new. So you know what to do. Also, if you want to join my newsletter, I have my newsletter magnet, which is a dark fantasy novella that is tied to the Caliostro series called Winter Wolf that you can get for free. Um, or your option of La Draga, which is a monster horror that is also connected to the Caliostro world, which is my main series. And if you check the description of any of my videos, you can download either one of those or both and join the newsletter. And I usually talk about something I have going on. I share other writers that I'm reading so you can get some good reads. And so I have like an author or authors of the month section. And of course, links to my books are in there. And usually I try to share something horror based or paranormal monster otherworldly creature based tips about those things. But anyway, let's go ahead and do the next sprint. If you're writing with me, another 45-minute sprint. Let's see which timer we're going to go with this time. We did use the Sacred Path one. I think I'm going to use At My Desk Dreaming, the one I made for that. So let's go ahead with that one. And I will see you in 45 minutes for this next sprint. Happy writing. And that's time, folks. The last sprint of the evening. Finishing up. Had a few people pop in. Jocelyn. Hi, Jocelyn. Thanks for popping in. And Endangered Moose Knuckle. Thanks for popping in here. I started at 6 and I usually end around 8. I'm being strict on myself too this time because, still in recovery from all the hospital stays and such. But I think that sprint I got about 925 words. So still touching up on some of the chapters I left before I was in hospital and writing some new words. So I did, I think I did, what did I say the first one? I think I did, what, 8, was it 800? It's 925 this time. I think last time, I think I said, I have to go back and double check, but I think it was about 800 or something. So let's see what I did today. I did about 1,700 something words, close to 1,800 words. That's not too bad for on stream. Because that still will help me get to my goal for the week. I had to kick it up a little bit since I was gone for 4 weeks of not writing. So I'll probably need to add like 1,000 words extra to my goal of the day. So I can try to get back on in order of things. But Caliostro, I have about 4 chapters left to write because I did finish one off tonight. So for the first draft for book 2. So that's not too bad. I don't have much more to go. I probably will finish the first draft by Sunday because it's a lot. I got a lot of doctor's appointments coming up and work still. So and I'm also alpha reading for an author that I was in the middle of alpha reading for. So I'm the last person because I wasn't able to do that. So I'm trying to catch up on some stuff, but it's going. I'm trying to take it easy on myself. So a lot happening right now, but that's not bad. So I'm going to take it. Like 1,775 words, I think it was, something like that. That's not too bad. And again, if you're not subscribed, then make sure you subscribe to the channel because I do upload videos every Sunday. If you missed my video for the day, again, it is a book review for A Curse of Scales and Feathers by S.D. Houston. Check out the review for that. If you are not knowing what's going on my channel, then I have a video of my writer's blog that just passed. If you want to check that out, see what has happened with me the last 4 weeks. And my newsletter has been really picking up, getting a good amount of subscribers, which is really exciting. If you want to join my newsletter, which is only once a month, it comes out on the 28th this month. It's the 4th Monday of the month. Has some creepy tie to it because I'm a Mistress of Horror, but also I do dark fantasy and other things. And I usually share other authors, a few other authors who have books that, swapping and books that I like myself that I read, and usually what I have going on coming up. And I usually share something creepy in the newsletter from time to time. So if you want to check that out, you can get a free download of Winterwolf, my dark fantasy novella that is tied to the Caliostro series, and or your choice of La Draga, or you can download both. And you join my newsletter from those magnets, which are always in my description if you want to read something for free from me. Winterwolf is a good start because it is my dark fantasy and it is tied to Caliostro. So if you read Winterwolf and then you get Caliostro, then they're connected. Even La Draga is connected to Caliostro's world. And if you ever read Fractals or The Room Within, they are also in the Caliostro mythos. So I like to keep some of the stuff connected, at least these first books are all like together. Anyway, that's all I have for tonight. At least I got that amount of words in, considering I'm just coming back. So thanks for being here, everybody who joined tonight and streamed with me. I appreciate you. I will be back Tuesday. As you know, I stream on Sundays and Tuesdays and finally easing back into things. So I'll be back here on the 22nd at 6 o'clock. If you want to come write with me, make sure you ring the bell. The live stream is already scheduled. And then I'll be posting the next Sunday and Tuesday streams, so that way you can get ahead if you want to try to see which ones you can join and to get some words done. And if you ever have any questions about self-publishing or other things, then please drop them at me here in the chat, and I will answer whatever I can and help with. So, thank you, Jocelyn. I appreciate it. And I'll see you all again soon. Stay scared.